here. Ready and able.
Hello and welcome to another 3v3 cast on Typhon Arena. Starting off, we have 3 men playing in top lane as the Lord General. We have Nurland in mid as the Inquisitor, and we have BЯAWLEYA in the bottom lane playing as the Chaos Sorcerer. Although I think this is actually BЯAWLEYA. On the red team, we have Final Push playing as the Tech Marine. We have yipyip playing as the BbBoS, and we have Ace of Swords playing as the Apothecary in the bottom lane. Chaos Sorcerer already going in for a cap here. Ace just sitting back right now. Not sure if he's going to go in or not. He's actually busy talking to Push in the chat right now. And we do have some Chaos Heretic worship or some Zinc worship. They're going to be stealthing that Sorcerer up, although he's not actually stealthed properly, but does give him a 20% damage resistance to range damage when you are partially detected in stealth. I believe it is 20%. We also have a very fast Sergeant here for the Lord General here on Fr33man. Very annoying when you can distribute heal packs extremely early. And Final Push is going to be sitting behind some green cover. Fr33man will probably wait for all his triple guardsmen, give them all med packs, and then push in together and use the med packs to actually allow him to win the engagement. Yip is not actually bottom right now and is actually making his way through mid. Could actually go in for an early generator bash. Does have those early burners on his sluggers. Fr33man's also going for triple sergeants as well, as far as I know. It's actually going to go triple sergeants. We also have Nurland in mid, who's going to be defending that power, or trying to defend that power. The Inquisitor is going to go in. The BbBoS was hit by that Hammer of the Witch. His sluggers are actually burning down the power node instead of going into melee. We also have a SureBoy squad not present right now, as well as they're currently capping the contested requisition. I think yipyip could have actually just committed his entire army to an engagement there and actually won it. He's sent in the sluggers, same time he sent in the BbBoS, and use the BbBoS to actually tank, and then the sluggers will be able to get into combat. Grenade gain thrown here will catch out a couple of guardsmen, catching out 2 guardsmen total, but these scouts though taking a lot of damage. Tactical Marines will also need to be a bit careful. The Tech Marine was also forced off much earlier as well. Lord General's going to try and force melee here on these Tactical Marines as well, which is going to force the Tactical Marines in turn to actually try and force melee onto the Guardsmen, since they won't be able to do any damage from range against them Tactical Marines. So going to get forced off midway purchase as well through a burner. Or not burner, a flamer, that's not how Space Marines call it, flamers. Flamer will be very good against triple Guardsmen build, some Devastators as well perhaps, or even some ASMs. Could see one of those come in later in BЯAWLEYA or BYAAWLEYA, I'm not actually sure who it is because they both changed their names at the time of this replay. So I'm going to keep calling BYAAWLEYA, but I'll just let you know in the description what the actual name is, since I don't know right now as I'm casting this. But we have the sluggers with the double shooters in mid. No big shooter upgrade on his SureBoys yet. Could actually see that come in though. But the BbBoS is going to be leading charge here. It does have those angry bits. Inquisitor also has the Holy Brazier, the angry bits. Going to be leading in here, going to be charging into those guardsmen. It's going to be destroying a little bit of terrain. Sluggers going to be following that up as well. The sluggers look like they're still stuck in range stance. Going to actually be trying to force melee now. Still does actually have stump available. These sluggers taking a lot of damage, trying to tie them up in melee combat. Will be forced off. BbBoS are going to be continuing to force them off. And Inquisitor is just behind these SureBoys right now. SureBoys do need to be careful. They're taking a lot of damage from this Inquisitor with the Holy Pyre and Holy Brazier. They will bleed multiple models here. Some spotters coming in here as well. BbBoS will actually catch out those spotters. In fact, that could be a dead SureBoy squad if the Inquisitor lands another model now. Hammer of the Witches, if it's off cooldown, would actually kill this Shooter Boy squad. But it doesn't look like it's on for cooldown. Some scouts though taking a lot of damage. Some flamers going to try and do what they can against guardsmen with the heal packs. Even more effective against flamer Tactical Marines, in the sense that Tactical Marines will spread their damage out a little bit more, making the med packs that more effective. But the Flame Tactical Marines though should be a decent choice. Also have some ASMs as well for Final Push, very effective against triple guardsmen. ASMs not really recommended against a Lord Commissar, and partially not recommended against Inquisitor just because they have tier 1 war gears that do a lot of power melee, which allows them to actually counter the ASM, but Lord General having no such war gear allows ASMs to be a decent choice. ASM's here though for Ace, taking a decent amount of damage. Apo is also in the area, and you do see the Sanguine Chainsword as well. But the Apo trying to force melee onto these Havocs is going to run head on in, and that will actually go down. The ASMs could have actually jumped onto those Havocs, but the ASMs didn't actually have enough energy, do retreat away without having enough energy for that jump. Still, Final Push going to be forcing away some guardsmen in the top lane here. 500 EPs, 287 so far, looking like a landslide. And Havoc's heavy weapons team also set up in mid here for Nurland as well. Power has been bashed completely though. In bottom for blue team, they will be lacking that power. It's also Scout Sergeant purchased here for Ace. We could see him land a grenade hit. Will actually catch out 2 models, but will not actually kill a model. By the looks of it, does do a lot of damage here. Flame of Tactical Marines do need to be careful getting tied up in melee by some heretics as well. The ASMs here for final push, still chasing up top. Might need to switch targets. They do not actually have enough energy to jump again, so the heavy weapons team that does set up now will be safe from a jump for a little bit. The ASMs taking a few models here. Guardsmen can bleed quite a bit and reinforce fairly cheaply. We do also have Nurland counter bashing as well in mid, since the triple generators here were recently burnt down by Ace. Tactical Marines here though, taking a lot of damage. We'll need to back away. CSM will win in melee, especially when they are a model up against these Tactical Marines. Tactical Marines are still running away. Double Havocs here as well. We do have the APO coming in. He really wants these Tactical Marines to stay in the fight though. ASM do force off a single Havoc squad. We also have the Chaos Sorcerer trying to go in. The APO landing a special into CSM. ASM going to be chasing down that secondary Havoc squad. We do also have a drop pod coming in. The APO will actually be able to kill that CSM squad, surprisingly. Actually no, that CSM squad has got a final model over here by the looks of it. I thought that all the models had gone down. So this drop pod, this is a commander drop pod, this isn't the Tactical Marine global drop pod. Will actually reinforce these Tactical Marines on the field for 200 requisition and 100 red, and allow him to actually reinforce in there from the future as well, but it won't actually be free reinforcement like that one was. Spurs actually dropping a spot shell on themselves, mainly for the knockback on the ASMs. The ASM's going to be jumping in here. Flame of Tactical Marines coming in as well. Freeman going to be taking a lot of damage as well. Tactical Marines going to be trying to force melee here by the looks of it, or will have to force melee now. They're getting melee down by the Lord General. Guardsman backing away. Tactical Marine doing a decent amount of damage, leveling up as well. Guardsman going to get forced away. Spotters forced away. Second set, or the third set of Guardsmen will also get forced away. Lord General will now be the next target in mid. Nurland doing a lot of damage with that Holy Brazier. Sure boys, going to be taking a decent amount of damage. We also see that Rosarius onto the Inquisitor as well. The second Shooter Boy squad going to get tied up in melee if they're not careful. And we do also have Ace going to be bashing that power down bottom with his ASM APO combo, doing a lot of work this game. Level 3 APO and nearly level 2 ASM. And the generator farm has been burnt down completely and even decapped as well. And we'll be able to land a cap onto the contested requisition point on that contested VP. Final push though with these scouts. Looks like he wants to try and land a grenade somewhere. Does try to throw a grenade onto the sensor. The grenades are actually very effective against the sensor if you can land it, but the sensor is a very mobile unit, will be able to dodge those grenades. That scout's going to be forced off. We're going to have to back away from that Inquisitor though. And Orcs coming in once again. Holy Pyre is going to get dropped onto the ground, going to be very annoying, but the Warboss is just going to be Angry Bitsing in. Sentinel with Stomp in mid, Angry Bits very nicely done, but the Sentinel with no Stomp available. Sluggers will try and run in, but will get forced away. The Lord General actually buying the Melter Gun does actually grant a faster attack rate, 30% attack rate I believe. Grants the fight harder ability, which increases a weapon's rate of fire, and I do believe it's by 30%. I could be wrong on that number though, but some Flame Tactical Marines here from Ace of Swords bash bottom, now bashing mid. We'll be able to bash 2 generators before being forced off. Final push is grouping mid as well with yipyip, and Ace of Swords is going to be backing away with his ASMs. He does chase extremely deep into Ye's territory there, nearly outside of his base. Double ASMs here for final push, neither with a Sergeant though. He is teching up to tier 2, so we could actually see that come into effect later on. Chimera though for Freeman, these triple guardsmen going to be even more annoying now with some reinforcements on the field. Could also see some Commissar upgrades come in later on as well, so they can reinforce 3 at a time instead of 2 at a time. Heavy weapons team still remain as standard. Could see an autocannon come in, but I think as standard it'll probably be very effective. And generators have been replaced in mid, and looks like Ye is going to try and get a decap and recapture his own power in the bottom here. Also cannon is going to be set up onto this power farm. Grenade going to get thrown here by Ace, going to land directly on that lead model. Will bleed 2 models, but the scouts will be forced off, and heavy weapons team could have actually stayed in combat. Actually, it was that low on health. But we'll go back to base. Final push though, going to be bashing the power in mid with these flame attacks and double ASM. We actually have a double thunder and lightning upgrade. That's double melter bombs, double blind grenades. Blind grenades not really used by anyone, but we'll see the double melter bombs come in handy against this Chimera. I'm not sure the double melter bombs are going to have enough damage to take down a Chimera. It needs to have it supported or followed up by something else, such as a missile launcher or a melter gun, or you know, any other source of AV. Even the Warboss with a power claw would be enough. But the double ASM are coming in. I'm not really sure. He is buying the melter gun actually onto the Tech Marine, so we could actually see this Chimera go down very quickly. ASM are actually waiting for the Tech Marine by the looks of it to get that melter gun upgrade before jumping in. And ASMs are not actually jumping in, they're just going to walk up to the Chimera, but the Tech Marine with that melter gun is going to be the target there for Freeman. Will get forced off very quickly in the double ASM. Going to try and fight these guardsmen who are reinforcing two at a time. One set of ASM going to split off from the other to tie up that heavy weapons team up top. Going to try and bleed as many models as they can. ASM also bleeding a model themselves. Flaming Tactical Marines coming in, but Freeman is just able to hold the line here. And the heavy weapons team is also going to be able to tank this ASM and just reinforce and out to reinforce the damage that they're dealing right now. And Sentinel coming in here for Nurland with the Inquisitor, could actually pick up a model on a tree. Banewolf is also purchased here for Nurland. The model does go down. We could actually see Freeman and Nurland push together for a bash. And ASM just weren't able to do anything against the heavy weapons team. They did bleed a lot of models and probably cost Freeman a bit of power here, but overall Freeman is just able to hold the line. Banewolf here. Looks like it's going to push in forward, but we do actually have some tank busters on the field for yipyip. We also have Ace going to be making another push in. We actually have some Mark Corn CSM coming in for Yay, and I'm not sure that's the right choice. But we will see. I think some Bloodletters would have been a better choice, supported by some Heretics as a better source of power melee. Tank busters are going to be doing a barrage in the sky. Will actually hit the Banewolf, doing a little bit of damage here. Banewolf drives forward to get hit by another barrage of tank busters. Looks like yipyip is just going to go in here. Warboss is actually getting assailed by the Inquisitor. Warboss tries to angry bits out of that assail, but he is just stuck there. That could be a dead Sentinel, but the Hellfury Strike doing a lot of damage. Sentinel is sticking very aggressively here. Shooterboys needs to turn around. Weirdboy also getting the shot on that Sentinel. Inquisitor is going to come in here though. Does have that Rosarius activated, but yipyip overall is going to get forced away. That Hellfury Strike was extremely painful. The Banewolf though taking a lot of damage. Weirdboy in fact taking a lot of damage. Weirdboy is going to go down here if he's not careful. He needs to retreat away as Weirdboy. Inquisitor will finish the Weirdboy off and retreat probably. 18 HP, 16 HP. The Banewolf now trying to focus him down, and he will go down, and you can see him floating around in the sky. Meanwhile, up top we do have a big push here from Final Push. Spotter is going to be able to barely get away. Chimera is going to go down to that Melter Gun Tech Marine, along with the dual Melter Bombs from the ASM Guardsman with no source to reinforce off. Will struggle here. I don't think the Vox Operator is here for Freeman, otherwise he'd be able to reinforce with the Vox Operator. Guardsmen all backing away here. No Commissar upgrades on these Guardsmen as of yet. I don't know if Freeman can actually afford a Commissar upgrade because of how expensive his army is with these triple plasmas. A drop pod coming in. I believe this is the global drop pod and not the commander drop pod, so I can see an extra set of tactical marines here. We do. ASM also reinforced on the field for free as well. Still no sergeants for the ASM though. I think some sergeants might be quite nice. Heavy weapons team will go down. Guardsmen still in the fight along with the Lord General. Heal pack is activated, but these double ASMs are going to be a bit too much for these Guardsmen to handle. Meanwhile, Bossum Ace is pushing in on the power once again. Does have some last cannon devastators. He does have his flame of tactical marines as well, bashing mid at the same time while bashing Bossum. Market Corn CSM trying to come in, but ASM will probably fight them since they are 2 levels up on these Market Corn. CSM Final Push is able to actually push his way through top and force Freeman off altogether. But Ace Angels of Death is activated. The ASM are snared in place by the Chains of Torment, and yipyip is coming in to help out with this power bash as well. ASMs could even jump in once again with the APO here. That also cannon doing a lot of work. We actually do see Ace upgrading to the what's it called? The Anointed Power Axe. I was going to say Power Axe, but I don't know the full name of it. Power Axe, a tier 2 upgrade for the APO, does give him 50 power melee, does also allow him to drain 15 energy from his opponent and take it for his own. Very powerful weapon. The APO though is very squishy, so you don't actually see it too often, but when used for counter initiation or when you got ASMs to do the tanking for you, works extremely well and allows the APO to do a lot of damage. Works very well with the Armored Apothecarian or even with the combo that Ace has got. Since you do see a lot of players with the advanced medical equipment, they normally don't need that extra energy, but without the advanced medical equipment you probably do need that energy, so it does work out very well when you can drain 15 energy away from your opponent, and purification rights gains keep that is very nice as well. Some scouts here going to throw a grenade. Grenade falls a little bit too short there, maybe threw it a little bit higher, didn't expect Freeman to stop there I guess. The double assault marines will force these guardsmen away. They do actually have the commissar upgrades, so we could see them break retreat here. Lord General not retreating himself is going to be a sign that they're going to break retreat here. And they do, but the ASF is going to be jumping in once again. We do actually have the Lord General with the flak jacket. It's going to reduce incoming range damage, or not reduce incoming range. I'm going to make them immune to knockback from the ASMs. A nice choice here. One squad of ASMs going to be forced away. Scouts are going somewhere. They don't actually have a grenade. It looks like they were going to try and throw a retreat grenade. The Bane Wolf for Nurland as well is going to come up top. It's actually going to slow down these tactical marines. Tactical marines with a missile launcher as well for some reason. Must be in response to the Bane Wolf. We also have the Vengeance Round Devastators as well, where they set up a bit far away. Some guardsmen do need to run away very low there. Two models, only the Sergeant and the Commissar alive in that squad. These plasma guards are doing a lot of damage as well, and with that Melter gun, very effective amounts of damage, very high amounts of damage those guardsmen are able to deal. We also have the Chaos Sorcerers getting tossed onto the ground there by that War Boss. Did look like Ace lost his tactical marines here as well, as Nurland comes in for a flank. That could be a dead Market Corn CSM squad. The Aspirant Champion has definitely gone down. You also kind of trying to fire away at Ace's Devastator squad for some reason. Ace's ASMs do jump out there. It looks like they might barely make it out. Bloodlayers are coming in though. Bloodlayers look like they won't be able to finish that squad off. The double plasma guardsmen though doing a lot of damage. We have some scouts trying to force melee, will get forced off completely. The APO is up and still on full health. The Warboss is also doing pretty good. The Warboss actually got healed there, but at the same time he did retreat away, so very unfortunate there for Ace. Ace's APO level 5 though, doing a lot of work this game. And we do have yipyip coming in with the rest of his army, but this APO probably going to get forced away, just taking a lot of damage from the amounts of piercing and plasma damage. Does actually heal himself again and then retreats away. Final push though is able to secure top. Does actually lose his tech marine here, but he will not be able to hold this, I don't imagine. The Lord General going to tie up these Devastators, and Devastators will probably bleed a model as well. The quadruple actually guardsman. Freeman's actually purchased an extra set of guardsmen here, and Creeping Barrage is going to be a bit too much. In fact, these guardsmen might be able to finish off a squad on retreat. Tactical Marines might go down though. Freeman is extremely vulnerable to a nuke right now, with the amount of guardsmen all grouped up so close together, especially in the top side map. It doesn't actually, there's a lot of choke points on the map, so could definitely see a nuke come in. A rocks from yipyip would be very effective, and also bombardment would probably be quite effective as well, but I definitely prefer a good old rocks over an orbital. It seems a bit more destructive, and we see that Freeman just break and retreat. There he does have the Commissar upgrades on his guardsmen, able to just break retreat, assuming that Commissar is still alive, and triple repairs onto the Bane Wolf as well. Guardsmen going to get grenaded here by some scouts, doing a lot of damage as well. Look at the amount of red that final push just gained. In fact, that could be a dead guardsman squad, but the ASM are not focusing down that one squad with just the Commissar and Sergeant. Bane Wolf going to get sniped down though by some tank busters, and Freeman is going to get backed off. There are two top at the moment. Meanwhile, we do actually have two bottom right now. Nurland has got some units down here as well. Bane Wolf was the only thing top, but Ace is going to be pushing in here. Looks like he'll last. Bloodless is a very nice choice, especially under worship against these ASMs. ASMs is getting sigiled as well by the Chaos Sorcerer for some reason. Some Standguard veterans are also going to be replacing the tactical marines that he lost earlier. Bloodlayers is desperately trying to chase these ASMs down. Market Corn CSM as well trying to go in, but the purification rights though from that ape are going to be doing a decent amount of damage, knocking back the melee units surrounding these ASMs. ASMs just getting snared though by the Robes of Torment. Apo with that chain axe though doing a lot of damage, or not chain axe but that power axe even. And again, the purification rights onto the ASM just doing a lot of work. These ASM are just able to remain in the fight. Well, you've wiped this Market Corn CSM squad though. They just lost their Aspiring Champion. They will actually lose the squad overall, surely. 3 HP. Oh, it will go down. The Apo actually finishes them off there with a sync kill. Apo himself though extremely low, does actually heal himself. And also cannons doing a lot of work here. Some sluggers though trying to take down that Chaos Sorcerer. Chaos Sorcerer will go down here. Bloodletters also going away. Bloodletters will actually, in fact, they do actually secure the bottom VP. 98 VPs to 47. This game is extremely close right now. ASM is going to be jumping in. Do need to be wary though of these Ogrins and Guardsmen. ASM do double jumps, they spread their jumps out so they can get a double knockback, but these Ogrins here will be able to fight these ASM so easily. Some more Guardsmen coming in from Freeman. The amounts of plasma damage is just going to be too much. Look how quickly these tactical marines just got forced off here. ASMs with hard boys as well on retreat to actually allow them to live. The BbBoS is just charging in as well. He's level 6 with the power claw, spiky armor, and angry bits. Tank Bus is going to do a barrage as well. But Freeman with that flak jacket and the buff going to stop his Guardsman from getting knocked over. We also have a rocks here. Freeman is just sitting here statically for some reason. He's just going to eat this rocks here. Oh wow, that is painful. Then he retreats through the rocks as well. He will have all his Guardsmen live. We'll lose that Lord General though. In fact, we actually have a retinue member alive. Looks like the Vox operator is still alive, just sitting there crouched onto the ground. And Nurland is going to come in, going to interrupt what's left of the army here. Final push. It does actually have a turret up here. This turret will get mowed down though by some Ogrins. Ace is pushing in bomb. Sternguard veterans capping. ASM's jumping in. 80 VPs to 36. Currently a 1-to-1 cap, although Ace capping bottom and Nurland capping top is actually going to be the same capping really as what it is now. In the Artifice of Mine on the ground, doing a decent amount of damage there. So some Ogrins, Guardsmen retreating away to base. Ogrins going to cap. Ace has just captured bottom though, and we actually have a Mark of Khorne Dreadnought teleported in here by Yay onto the Last Cannon Devastator squad. Melter Bomb getting thrown down. Vengeance rounds activated on the Sternguard veterans, and Blood Rage is activated. The APO is actually going to be a target of this Mark of Khorne Dreadnought. This Mark of Khorne Dreadnought not really taking much damage at all. Freeman's Lord General back on the field. Retinue members getting repurchased now as well. The Vox operator and 2 stormtroopers are going to be the retinue for now. These Sternguards trying to do what they can against the Dreadnought, but the Dreadnought is going to be very tanky at 1200 health, and Sternguard's not the most effective source of AV. They do some soft AV, but that's about it. And some more Guardsmen coming in here. One Guardsman taking a lower path, but they're going to all go up top. A bunker game placed down here by Nurland as well, going to allow Freeman and himself to reinforce here. And Ace going to push and bomb. Final push actually have some ASMs down here as well for some reason. It actually just comes down to throw 2 Melter Bombs and kill that Dreadnought. It looks like he's making his way back up to the top now. And this is a prime location for a nuke now. Oh wow, we actually have an awesome bombardment. Knobs running in, BbBoS running in. Oh wow, Freeman's going to get caught out here. He's forced to either run into the melee or run into the orbital here. And the flak jacket ability runs out. Nurland's actually got some Guardsmen coming in here. Wow. There is just dead Guardsmen everywhere, but surprisingly all 4 okay, 1 squad does go down. 3 squads will live through that orbital. That was extremely painful. 40 VPs to 36. Currently a 2-to-1 cap. Blue team really needs to shift if they want to win this game. 36 VPs to 36. Currently all the evens, all on Nurland. He really needs to just push here. And needs to win this engagement and get a decap on top and just hold up somehow, because it doesn't look like Brawler or Yay, whomever the player is actually going to be able to hold bottom. Knobs though with the Mina and Greener upgrade, the Frenzy ability, the Knobs are just going to win against these Ogrins. We have a drop pod coming in here, probably from Final Push as well, just to help out. 21 VPs to 36. It looks like, oh wow, it's going to be a Venerable Dreadnought. I forgot that he is the Tech Marine causing this Venerable Dreadnought. Nurland is going to try and push in here with his Guardsmen. We also have Yay Brawler coming in here with the Chaos Sorcerer and some Bloodletters. Nothing to actually counter this Venerable Dreadnought though. 11 VPs to 36. Will they be able to cap in time? The Venerable Dreadnought charges in. Both commanders are going to try and capture that VP at the same time. A Vanquisher turret getting dropped down here. Needs to actually get some repair support though from Nurland. ASM is going to be forcing off a Guardsman squad here. ASM is jumping once again. They actually do land a decap. Turret does go down. 3 VPs to 36. Bloodletters, no worship support for them whatsoever. And they will be forced away. They're forced to phase shift away. We do have some Plague Marines up here for Yay. Does actually warp them in with the Chaos Sorcerer's warp global ability. But I don't think Plague Marines are going to be enough AV against a Venerable Dreadnought. We do have both commanders trying to cap at the same time to allow, well, so if one that goes down, the other can finish off the cap. But we do actually have Ace coming in for a flank on this VP, and there's nothing here for Blue Team's defender. They've actually got everything committed for this right-hand VP. All the Guardsmen, all the army is here, and nothing on this left-hand side. ASM getting the decap. That's going to be game right now. that decap is a 1-to-1 cap right now. Venerable Dreadnought gained 4 stuff. Blue team got some units on the way, Bloodletter's on the way, but they're not going to be able to decap that in time. Bloodletter's going to teleport in. The Chaos Sorcerer needs to just sigil the ASMs off of the VP in order to win the game, but the APO is still in the area. Oh, he actually does sigil the ASMs away, the APO though, and Bloodletter's able to actually get a decap here. APO trying to do what he can. ASM are going to be trying to jump in to support that Bloodletter, or trying to counter that Bloodletter's guardsman for Nurland though, going to go down. BbBoS is actually going to finish it off. Blue team still in control of this right hand side VP, blue side VP. The APO is able to cap here. Bloodletter's is going to get forced away though. And ASM's also here as well at the same time, actually capping this. Sigil the Rift on the Chaos Sorcerer isn't cool, and Chaos Sorcerer is actually dead right now. And as soon as Ace captures this VP, it's going to be all over for blue team. And even the Purification rights to knock over the remaining Bloodletters, and Ace is going to actually land the cap that will win the game. They're also decapping this over here at the same time, and blue team weren't able to stop these tactical marines, so blue team overall will lose, but coming very close to actually winning the game, and did actually have a strong lead early on in the game, but red team able to pull it through, and that will be game.